Okay, another lesson on social inequality, class inequality in particular. And we're going to look at connections between class, income and wealth, how these three things are connected. So we're going to study the connections between your social class, your income and your wealth. And in particular, we need to understand that these two things are different. We're on page 18, 19 of the book. So we're going to study the connections. We can understand the extent of the disparity. Parity, again, the suffix parity. If something is as parity, it is equal. So disparity means unequal. So disparity means things are not equal. I'm going to think, hopefully. Keywords are taxation, gross, disposable, after housing costs, income tax, pensions, national insurance, council tax, choose. All different sorts of tax that come out of your salary. When you get someone's paid amount of money, the amount of money they get paid isn't how much money they have to spend. A lot of it comes out in tax. Okay, this is the most important bit. This is just some evidence. It's from a little while ago now, but the pattern remains the same. The different social classes earn different amounts of money. Let's look at here. Managers, senior officials, professionals, this is the top of the middle class. Here are, in 2006, their average weekly income. Round about 700 quid a week. Elementary, which is unskilled working class, just under 300. So in terms of income, the sort of money you get paid per week, the higher up the pyramid you go, the more money you earn. So between the top and the bottom, the people at the top earn more than twice what the people at the bottom earn. More than twice. That's just income. That's just money you get paid through your job. That's not wealth. I haven't talked about wealth yet. So income inequality. Between top and bottom, the difference is more than 200%. Those at the bottom get more money from benefits to keep them quiet, not to be nice to them. Said before in class, let's not pretend that the benefit system is a form of charity to be nice to poor people. It's to stop them starving, because if they was to starve, there would be a revolution. Those at the top still get some benefits, like, for instance, child benefit. That's changing now. But there's still lots of universal benefits. If at the top, if you earn £1 million a year, you still get free schools for your kids and free hospitals. They're called universal benefits. And they haven't because we want to keep everybody involved. The decision was made 50, 60 years ago. You pay your tax, you can claim the benefits. And that keeps everybody on board with the system. Everyone backs up, everyone accepts it's a good idea. That's the plan. And lastly on this bit, the gap between top and bottom has gotten bigger because what's happened is, over the course of the last 20 years, the amount of taxation these people pay has gone down. The tax has gone down on these people. Okay, moving on. Got a subsection here on wealth. We're going to just quickly get our heads around wealth and how it is different to income. Land, property, houses, flats, shares, investments, cash in, inherited wealth. So what is wealth? Wealth is how much the stuff you own is worth. So this is the Duke of Westminster. He's Britain's wealthiest man because he owns lots of stuff. He's wealthy. He hasn't got a job as such. He doesn't earn any money from a job. He doesn't have to. So you'd say Alan Sugar is wealthy. He owns his own business. He owns lots of things. He is wealthy. So it's the value of the things that you own. The Queen is wealthy. All the land, all the palaces, everything else she owns. She is wealthy. It's how much that stuff is worth if you add it all together. So that's what wealth is. If you own land, if you own property, houses and flats, if you own shares in companies, you invest in companies. Things, if you want, you could sell them, you could cash them in. Yeah? If you cash them in, how much money would you have? That's your wealth. And one of the big problems in Britain is, for lots of people, like Westminster here, and the Queen, the wealth is inherited. No work was done. Yeah, so Alan Sugar here, he can tell you, and he's right, that he didn't have any money when he started off. He's made a lot of money, so the money he has, his wealth, he has earned. These people did not earn their wealth. They inherited it from their family. Yeah? So when you watch this particular TV programme, Made in Chelsea, these people have extremely rich and privileged lifestyles and haven't done a day's work in their life because they have inherited wealth. So how is wealth in Britain distributed, spread out? Yeah? Quite simply, the top 20% have 90% of all the wealth. Yeah? The upper part of the class pyramid, the upper middle class, have 90% of all the wealth. Yeah? And why is wealth better than income? Income comes and goes. Wealth is permanent. If you own land, you own the land. Yeah? You don't have to do anything for it. You just got it. So income, you got a job, you got to keep on doing your job. Wealth, you just sit on and it tends to grow. So wealth is better than income. And in class, we'll do this essay. Discuss how far sociology would agree that class is no longer important in contemporary Britain. Yeah. Fairly straightforward answer. Quite a common sort of question. And as you can imagine, sociologists have a lot to say on this topic.